Hi, everybody. It's Mark Rushton of markrushton.com. It is Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. And this is Blue Drop, an acrylic ink painting by me, Mark Rushton. And if you want to find out more about that, go out to my website, markrushton.com, and link in the description. And you can go to my eBay art store and take a look at it there. It's super cheap. So anyway, got above zero today, 0 Fahrenheit. Got up to +7, and the sun's out. Not that it makes a difference in the world. And I'm going to sauna later, which I haven't done in a week. But I try to do that every single week here. And getting good benefits from it, I think. Anyway, talked to John Harnish this morning, and we're going to get together hopefully by the weekend and take care of some things with regard to his musical career. Get that going. And get all that taken care of. Yeah, I didn't want to drive up there because nearly every day it's either been lightly snowing, or the snow's blowing across the road, or the wind chill is -30 Fahrenheit, and I just don't want to be driving up there in that. It's only like 22, 23 miles, maybe, but it's just I don't. I'll stick close to home. Thank you very much. I'm not that. I'm a little risk adverse. I just don't like the risk, right? What else? A little bit of a smorgasbord today, a little bit of a grab bag of everything that, just listening to me ramble. Just got off the phone with the CPA. I took the taxes there yesterday, and I think I did a video on it a few days ago about how I prepare. I think it was Sunday's video. I prepare the little folder and everything like that, everything I got together, double check. Because I listen to a podcast that occasionally a CPA is on there, and I've heard too many of his horror stories as far as bad customers, bad business owners, and what they do. They show up at the last minute with a box of receipts and where's my refund, right? That sort of thing. Just like, no, I refuse. I will charge you 10 times for the work. Oh, what? So anyway, she was all happy, and she told me that she needed one piece of information from me, and it was something that I would not have known. And so otherwise, everything that I gave her was perfect. She said, my taxes will be done in a day or two. I like having that reputation. It's like going to the dentist and getting, you're doing great, Mark. Right? So what this piece of information was, is she needed to know if we received any stimulus payments so far in 2021, which most people that got them last year got something around that first week of January. And indeed, we got one on January 4th, and had to give her that amount. And so that was an IRS clarification or something like that. So that was, I thought that was because it was in 2021 that it would be 20, but no, that's part of 2020. So I'll probably be writing a check for at least that much. What do you want to bet? Thanks for the money. Give it back. So anyway, that's again, I like getting the good bill of health from the CPA. It's good to got my act together. You know what I mean? What else? What else is going on out there? Saw an article this weekend unfortunately, I really need to stop permanently not reading music news. It's just, I'm not going to link to it. I'm going to mention it though. I'm going to mention it. It was so funny because it was just like, normally it'd be everything that this sort of publication would make fun of, right? It involved songwriters, and it's, the poor plight of the poor songwriters. And they interviewed one guy who's written, I looked him up. I'd never heard of him before. He's written 32 international #1 hits since like the mid 1990s. The guy's a real workhorse, right? And he was just talking about, my income is just drastically reduced. Like, what, you wrote 32 #1 international hits? What? Huh? What? Are you not able to feed your tiger? What's going on? You're gonna have to sell one of your 13 mansions. I don't know. And I looked up some of the hits he's written. I don't know any of that music. None of it. No, I know some of the artist names that he wrote hit songs for, and I'm just like, I don't know any of this stuff, man. I am old. I am old, and that stuff came out like in the 90s. God's sakes. And so he was talking about, well, I know people, they were able to write like, album filler tracks back in the 90s and make a very good living from it. And of course, the article didn't even mention, oh, yeah, back in the 90s, they didn't release the single. They would force you to go out and buy the CD. They charge you $16.98, $18.98, something like that, in order for you to get the song. And so because you paid however $16, $18 for the CD, everybody who wrote songs on that album they're gonna get an equal share of that album's songwriting credit, even though the hit song, which was not released as a single, the person who wrote that was kind of cheated out of it. Oh, you don't hear that side of the angle, right? You don't hear that side of the story. So there's that, and it was just like, well, dude, we have absolutely no music journalists, no criticism of the way that the industry conducted itself in the 90s and how that led to file sharing, and that led to the iTunes store, and that led to us going back to the 1950s and 60s, back when people bought singles rather than albums so much. We still buy albums, but we've become a singles society again. And I there's nothing wrong with that, and except when you're trying to push a narrative in a publication by music journalists. But the main part of this article was that it talked about two songwriters who co-wrote a song that's been very, very popular in the last 2 months here, and has done like 600 million billion streams or something like that in the last 2 months. 500 million, something like that. 600 million, something like that. And it talked about how the songwriters have only earned around $200,000 so far. So I got out the old calculator, and I go, that seems about right. But I can also see, number of streams for that particular artist who really only has that one gigantic hit single. And so I can kind of calculate on a daily basis how much money they're making just off the songwriting. And then you got to think of a song that is that massive. They're going to make money from that song forever, unless number one, they've signed a really lousy contract, or number two, they sign away the rights, or they sell the rights on that publishing there. So they complain about anything, right? So you get these songwriters that are making very good coin with a very big hit single, and it's not enough. It's like, well, it's our income is down because streaming doesn't pay enough, and we only get a certain percentage of that. It's like, you want the good old days of the 90s where you forced everybody to pay $18 for a CD? Is that what you want? Or you want to go back to the I don't we want more, we want people to pay more for streaming. Okay, well, I'm not guilty because I subscribe to, I don't know, 4 or 5 different music streaming services and barely use them, because I use them to, build playlists and see how my music is presented on those services. I use it for research, and also to as a promotional tool. So I really don't listen that much. If I listen to anything, it's mostly on Spotify, and it's generally playlists of my own making, right? So that was an interesting story. It was just like, are you serious? Are you really serious? Complaining about people who are going to make just a tremendous amount of money over the rest of their lifetime because they had a hit song. It's not enough. I don't have enough mansions. Where where have all the good times gone? I don't get it. They're either complaining about hit songwriters, it's not enough money, even though that's pretty good money, or they're talking about people who don't write hit music. They intentionally don't write hit music, and they're complaining that somehow their critical huzzas should be propelling them towards riches. And I'm just like, it's just, you can't win with these music journalists. This is the way that they listen. They're good writers. They know how to push a narrative, but they're not very good with. It's a moving target, right? Oh, rich songwriter. No, we won't hit you. We'll hit you in the next one, right? So anyway, there you go. There you go. I read that and was amused, but I had to mention that. But I was just like, it's just, are you kidding me? Like everybody's winning, and yet nobody is happy. I'm happy. I'm going to go to the sauna tonight. That's very good. That cleanses my mind. It does. I'm able to survive a half an hour now. It's a 175-degree box. No longer testing my limits. I'm actually looking forward to it. And looking forward to the weekend when the weather is above freezing. God, this winter sucks. All right, that's it for today. Wife's going to be home soon. It is Tuesday, February 16th, 2021. I'm Mark Rushton at markrushton.com. And we'll see you about later. I probably